Previously on Trails Beyond the Horizon, the party found the eldest Stevenson brother under the control of the Executor Factor. At the boss room, they quickly realized that the masked martial artist was actually the previous tyrant, and Eren and Sao worked together to unmask him. Meanwhile, the instigator turned out to be Giacomo Conte, who seemed to have a grudge against all informants for some reason. Unfortunately, Agnès left the party because her father ordered her to go to the presidential office. At around the same time, Rean's party made their way to Longlai thanks to the Harbatot stealth functionality. This inn really is something else. They're incredibly thoughtful with their service and accommodating for every little need a guest might have. This must be the Far Eastern spirit of hospitality I've heard about in action. The hotel in Farba was amazing too, but this place focuses more on being considerate to guests rather than dazzling them with extravagance. This is all great food for thought, definitely something to chew on for when I'm ready to open a place of my own. The steamed chicken is incredible, like their hospitality services is remarkably delicate. I don't know what it is, I feel like their defining principles have their roots in the culture itself. That's my 2 Mira take anyway. Don't get to come here very often, maybe I should take another dip. Yes, I think that's needed for an achievement.
Now this is the life.
So relaxing.
Always nice to take a load off.
Okay, that is an achievement. Vitality Droplet.
We earned it.
I do hope you enjoyed our Eastern Kaiseki multi-course meal and Longlai style breakfast. I sure did, and thanks for taking me on that first-class booze cruise last night. I think I'll be staying another day for my second voyage. And being more of a nuisance to our remarkably patient proprietors than you already have, I think not. Still, you've got to admit, those hot springs are amazing. When things calm down, I'd definitely like to come back, maybe next time with everyone from Force. That sounds like a great idea. I can invite my family too. When that time comes, I'll make sure I whip up a meal that will really make your taste buds sing. Even now, we have a strong relationship with the Phoenix Wings and Ymir. All Werner and I like to compare notes on ingredients and discuss different types of Eastern and Western cooking techniques. We still have much to learn from one another. It's been good having him as a friend. And I have Baron Schwarzer to thank for bringing a cigar.
You like what you see?
Soul Chef Hot Pot, Blooming Braid, Longlai Castella, Cold Breeze Chicken Soba.
Please come again.
I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkride. I leave it to you.
Even fluffier than usual sponge cakes. Its aroma and sweetness waft lightly throughout the mouth, due likely to the sheer amount of air inside. No Erebonian Castella compares. Wait, won't posting this make it easier for the CID to track us down and such? Or do they just decide we're not worth the effort?
Running a search.
Oh, there's a shard. We need to go to the second floor for a bit.
Let's search around.
Odd, there was one on the second floor for some reason. What the? Why's there been the computer? Seems like we could connect the Orbal net in incognito mode to handle for SVGs. Though the CID would be able to pinpoint our movements in no time if they wanted to. Maybe they don't have the manpower to do that, or maybe they underestimated us enough to think they don't need to. Both, I betcha. Which means we better take advantage of that opening. Yeah, we have some time before this afternoon's launch, so let's get a feel for things here as we go. As for Grim Garten. Something on your mind, Alternate? You were like this yesterday too. No. You do seem to be in a daze every now and then. With so much going on, maybe she's just a bit tired. No, I got plenty of sleep last night. I'm perfectly well rested. Remember how that terminal holo compiled data on Crow's instructions the night before last? I found some curious information within.
Eos. Good stuff with those answers earlier. Just need you to follow up with one more favor. Gather any and all info related to that third possibility.
And once the data is compiled, please transfer it to the terminal you're currently wired to.
Oh, that, you said all data would take time to analyze. So what's the curious information? Well, it's about the Empire's Black Workshop. To be more specific, the data concerns the Sword of the End and the Homunculi. Really? Are you kidding? But Professor Hamilton was the one who was managing that terminal. Does that mean she was investigating something behind the scenes even during the incident in the Empire? Well, no. According to the data log, it seems to have been from a long time before that. Also, I've yet to confirm whether or not Professor Hamilton was the one who acquired the data. I see. Why would something like that be on the terminal? Could it be just one part of a huge encyclopedia? If it's related to what we saw through the telescope, then we'd better at least keep that in mind. Yeah, today may give us a better idea on that too. The Black Workshop is in the past now, Altina. It's not a burden you have to carry alone. So don't hesitate to share with us, or with Milliam, Yuna, and the others. Ah. Right, of course. Well, isn't this a surprise? I wasn't expecting to see you here, Mr. Schwarzer. I know this is a busy time of year for the end, so I'm sorry for imposing on you all. Not in the least, it's always a pleasure having you as our guest. I hope your parents and Miss Elise are doing well. I gather that you have a lot going on, but I hope you'll be able to carve out some time to relax. Not to worry, I'm certain we'll find room in our schedule to do just that. Longlai is bustling with activity at the moment, so I hope you'll make time to go enjoy yourselves. By the way, do you know most of Longlai's local culture has its roots in the Far East and the inland part of the East? It was brought here by land. Cultures that sprang forth from sea roots, as was the case with Longport, are often quite glamorous, but ours has a more subdued feel to it. But I think first-time visitors recognize and appreciate our village's innate beauty. Put simply, they embrace wabi-sabi, if you've heard the term. It's hard to believe it's been nearly a year and a half since our last meeting, Rean. You've grown much since then. I'm aware you aren't here for leisure, but all the same, it's a pleasure seeing you again. Likewise, I always appreciate your hospitality. Of course, providing our good friends from Yumura to find us service is the least we could do. I assume your arrival pertains to the reason behind your previous sojourn to Longlai. Should there be anything I can do to help you and your friends during your stay, please don't hesitate to let me know. Oh, so the reason you came here before was... Yeah, in addition to the family trip, I want to see if the news of his sighting was true or not. It seems we'll be getting an encore of that day, hurls included. Hey, at least they did the hard part of prepping the stage. And you've already put in the work of reforging yourself. All you've got to do now is get out there and give them a show to remember. If there's anything I can do to be of assistance, please let me know. I know you have a difficult path ahead, and that is precisely why I will do whatever I can to aid you along it. Longlai happens to be right dab in the middle of its second tea harvest season, and boy, let me tell you, it's been an annoying one. Like I swear to Adio, so I have to have one more conversation with tourists about that darn rocket. I'm going to lose it. But well, I guess the past 2 rocket launches have left a pretty big impact. Maybe I should think of this as less as a nuisance and more of an opportunity. This is a great chance for us to teach outsiders about Longlai's teas for one.
No.
Never seen so many tourists in one place before. Honestly, it's been a pain getting anything done. But I need to look at the bright side. This is a good chance for outsiders to learn about Longlai's tea leaves. Anyway, things will start calming down for today.
So many people.
I knew this place was going to be busy for the launch, but it's straight up packed.
That'll just help us to blend in. We should be able to get some of those Longlai sweets, too. Right?
Yeah, we'll have to check them out.
Well, I suppose we should take a break while we have a chance.
Okay, listen up, people. We saw over an hour before the launch. It'd be a waste passing up this chance to do some sightseeing in one of the most beautiful places in all of Zemuria. Plus, I know of this super awesome spot which will give you a great view of the launch, perfect for taking photos. It'll cost a little extra, so how about it? Yeah, alright, fine, you sold me. That was quite a sales pitch.
How about a souvenir to remember?
Space goods here. I was able to get my own stall thanks to an introduction from Far Mirage, but I didn't think I'd be raking in the dough this fast. I'll actually be able to send money back to my folks at home in the East. Times have been hard up till now, but I guess the Heavenly Mother hasn't abandoned me. I'm going to work hard, save up some Mira, and pay back all the people from the Tourism Bureau who helped me get this point.
Hey there, what would you like?
Rocket Charm.
Come again.
Take a look at our wares.
Welcome, can I interest you in a Monto bun? There's no greater on-the-go snack, you ask me. They're the perfect thing to munch on while waiting for lunch. It'll wipe out any hunger pangs lickety-split. You can't say you've experienced all Longlai has to offer without trying a Monto. Come on, so come grab some. Wow, the launch really brought on the crowds, huh? Normally an occasion like this would call for screaming and shouting for joy, but honestly it makes me a little worried for my wife. She's running a stall with her daughter Ino. I hope they're not too worn out.
What'll it be? Thank you.
Okay, that's both foods.
I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkride.
All yours.
Your eyes will have you thinking otherwise, but the bean jam inside is just too sweet and flaky to put down. It's quirky rarities like these that make my life worth living. Eastern sweets are so good. There's something about them that just soothes the mind, you know? What curious observation, though I must agree the quality is quite fine. You can't get this kind of flavor in Rossian. It's pretty darn novel. Now I change the subject, but I purchased this accessory while we were in Farbad. I was wondering if you might like to have it. I think it would look nice on you, Nelly. Oh my gosh, that pen is adorable. That's so sweet of you, Amelie. I've never gotten something like this from a friend before. I better return a favor. It'd be so cute if we could match. 1 second, I'm gonna go find an Eastern accessory with a similar design. Hold on a moment, Nelly. That's hardly necessary. Sure, but I'm not getting you a gift because it's necessary. I'm doing it because I want to. There's this hairpin I saw earlier and I know would look great on you. How about that? Very well, if you insist, I will accept your gift with gratitude. You noticed Krima ran to one of her co-workers. She seems to be doing a bit better now. I'm guessing whatever was weighing on her mind had something to do with her police work. Well, either way, as a fellow Rossian gal, I'm glad she's doing better. We're not matching completely, but that's okay. I'm just happy I gotta do a gift exchange with Amelie. I always wanted to do something like this with a friend. That Nelly is fully and truly unbelievable. Still, I'm really happy. But don't get the wrong idea. She remains my rival in the world of music, and that fact will never change. A great many visitors have paid me a visit, wanting me to find whether or not the launch will be a success or not. Likewise, many of them wish to have their own fates unraveled. I will be of aid to them naturally. However, fate is something one must make for themselves. What is the sensation? A tremendous omen of something to come. That I cannot grasp what entails speaks to its enormity. A turning point may well be upon us. Nevertheless, take this as nothing more than amusing of a mere palmreader. As I said, fate is something one must make for themselves. I never thought I'd run to you in Longlai, Katarina. Yeah, well, I got the order to come here, so here I am. Seems most of the department's in a similar boat, with people being dispatched to and fro. So how are things on your end? I'm glad you took a trip like I suggested. Has it helped clear your head? It has. At the start, I had a real hard time switching to vacation mode, given the funk I was in. But after talking with some folks and, you know, actually doing things, I feel like I'm in a much better headspace. And I owe it all to you, Katarina. Thanks again for looking out for me. And of course, what are friends for? And to be honest, after seeing how much work the whole police force, and you in particular, put in, I think it finally clicked just how important my job is. If anyone was here, I'm sure he'd say, get back on your feet and keep at it. You've come a long way, Krima. But don't push yourself too hard, okay? You go get that much deserved R&R, and we'll hold the fort down in the meantime. Got it. Thanks, Katarina. Krima's been out of sorts ever since her boyfriend was taken from us. But it looks like she's finally ready to move forward. Maybe one day she'll be able to go back to her old cheery self again. I'm still not completely over what happened. But I know even would have wanted me to keep helping others as a police officer. I want to make him proud up there. So yeah, I think it's time I reoriented myself and got back to what I do best.
Performing search.
They've already set up a checkpoint to keep tourists out. We might be able to sneak by.
Yeah. The real obstacle is going to be the Ikaruga stationed on the mountain road.
I'm worried about what the CID is up to as well. But right now, we should focus on our own mission.
Wait, don't those... but Ikaruga has those neurotoxin shurikens, don't they? Or was that only because of the corrosion, and they wouldn't use it in normal circumstances? I'm not sure. When I heard I was getting sent to Longlai, I was as giddy as could be, let me tell you. But it's just been work since I got here. I'm starting to think I won't get to see a launch. Oh, just let me look. Maybe I can take my mind off things with a few games of Mahjong. I bet no one would notice if I snuck off for a little bit. Looks like some of Calvard's finest ain't exactly brewing with motivation here. You're not wrong. I get a feeling this isn't a unique thing for this officer. We're Farbad now Longlai, so much for getting a good view of the launch. Ark, damn it, if they don't at least let me take a 10, I swear I'm gonna hit something. Sorry, but this area is off limits. While it's quite a ways away, Zeku's space is far down this road. Unless you have the proper clearance, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You only let those with the proper clearance through. For some reason, one person who had authorization to pass was a woman in the kimono. She clearly wasn't with the military. I wonder who she was. Looks like you were right on the mirror. Ikaruga. It seems so. She and the others are just beyond this point. We need to get through here no matter what.
Hey, stop up!
Want some delicious green tea ice cream? It's made from the green tea leaves harvested right here in Longlai. When there's so many potential customers around, I feel extra motivated to give it my all. But wait, everyone's going home today, right? Shoot, I better my advertising game so I can clear out my stock.
What can I get for you?
Soul Chef Matcha, Deep Steam, Hojicha Ice Pop, Clover Fastener, Vanishing Prayer Beads.
As such, the rocket launch is expected.
Just leave it to me.
Free Prime Beast Essence, really?
Chock full of nutrients.
First manned spaceflight in history.
What happened to Jed? Where'd he go? Does he not want to be around with us? I hope he didn't get lost.
Those of you just joining us.
Is that a quest? So where'd Jed run up to now? He's got Tony all worried about him too. Ugh, we're supposed to be singing the Gara. Why does he have to be so difficult? Actually, now that I think about it, he's been really quiet since this morning. Did he get infected by the executor factor? I wonder if something's on his mind. Wind chime crafting and rockets may not go exactly hand in hand theming-wise, but even so, we've had a ton of people stopping by. It really puts a smile on my face seeing people engage with and learn about Eastern culture. On a separate note, I did try making a rocket glass craft, but it was too heavy and fragile. I quickly abandoned the idea of selling it as a product. We can make a glass with a rocket design on it, though, so if you like that, just let me know.
What can I get for you?
Rosewood paintbrush. Ah, you. This brings back to when I was but a wee lad. Now seize the moment, young Fu. You can't let this golden opportunity pass you by. Wang, don't you dare spoil the moment, or I'll kick you. Let them go their own pace, darn it. Though I am glad that they've gotten closer. Yes, the mood seems to be good. They've always been close, so it's all going to come down to how they feel for each other. But if they do take that step, then I'm going to be with them all the way. Your little sister's rooting for you, Meishin. Yongfu and Meishin have been joined at the hip for years now. As someone who's watched over them for ages knows how long, I'll probably be moved to the point of tears if they end up getting the Gar. You know, I never imagined us doing something like this before, Meishin. Going traveling to Gar, I mean. We see each other all the time in Longport, so I guess the idea just never really crossed my mind. Yes, know what you mean. It feels a little strange in a way, but I'm having a lot of fun. Me too, I've really enjoyed our time together on this trip. Doing this with you has been very nice. This place sure is pretty, huh? It certainly is.
Let's see.
I'm so glad I gotta go on this trip with Meishin. I never thought getting to experience so many things together with her would feel so fresh and new. So strange, all I'm doing is traveling with Yongfu, a boy I see all the time back home. And yet this feels so nice.
Running a search.
Oh, there's a shard I missed here. Young guide. Hey, you want a good view of lunch? Then head up to the viewing platform. Originally I planned to charge for it, but since I'm such a nice guy, I'm gonna let you go off for free, so how about it? Alright, 5 people coming through. Is this gonna be committal? Oh wait. Guns. Oh, are you all travelers? I guess from the way you look, you came from the Empire. Oh, well, you're not wrong. You here to see the rocket? Looks like you found the perfect spot. Indeed, it seems this place has the ideal view. According to the program, you'll be able to see the rocket take off from between those mountains. I'm really looking forward to it. Should be a nice memory to take with me to the afterlife. You still look healthy to me. Did you come here by yourself? No, he's probably got Xiang show all over. Yes, my son and granddaughter were busy. But after this, I'll meet up with some old friends and have a good time. Since you've come all this way, I hope you'll get to see the launch from a good spot too. Yeah, so do I. He reminds me a little of my master. This old man.
When's it gonna launch?
It's hard to believe I get to witness such a historic event with my own 2 eyes. Living as long as I have comes with its boons, I suppose. I hope you all enjoy yourselves as much as I will. Alright, this spot will give me a perfect view. Our front page photo's gonna blow all our rivals' papers out of the water. That's I'm a little worried about all those huge military airships flying around. We're on the streets that military exercises are being held in case something happens with the rocket. I end up taking a few photos of the ships while I was checking my camera settings. Apparently the airships will be pulling out when it's time for the rocket launch. I can't help but snap some shots whenever they pass by. My camera finger moves on its own. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Are you tourists? Well, you're free to enjoy yourselves, but don't go overboard, alright? When so many people gather in one place, a lot of small issues tend to pop up, you see. We've called in help from all over the Republic. I hope we can get through this without any major incidents. Oh wait, I'm from the capital. My job often entails patrolling the ever-bustling central station, so I'm rather accustomed to large crowds. You're free to enjoy yourselves, but again, don't go overboard, alright?
Shard searching.
There's a shard right there.
Goodness me. It's like a welcome here.
Thanks to the space program, the demand of goods is sky high. I know it'll only be temporary, but the Tourism Bureau would be foolish to let this chance to earn some serious dough pass us by. Come on, folks, take a look at our souvenirs. They're all famous goods from the East.
My stuff can't be beat.
Okay, so there's 2 gift items. Oh, you also sell weapons. I didn't realize that. It's almost time for our tour's main event, watching the rocket take off into and beyond the skies. We've still got a little bit before launch, so I'm letting everyone take a beat to go explore Longlai. Once we're 20 minutes away from launch, we'll all reconvene and head for a spot we reserved. Until then, we're all just going to enjoy everything Longlai has to offer.
Okay.
Been wanting to come here for a long time. So I'm gonna make the most of this. I switched careers because I wanted to have fun when I work. So fun is what I'm gonna have. Now, and what souvenir should I get? Maybe this one. Ooh, and that one's a must buy for sure. Even just picking out souvenirs is a blast.
We should stake out a spot once we're done eating.
I recognize this face. You're the son of the Baron from Ymir. You came here with your sister before. That's right. Remember you talked to Elise for a good while back then. Thanks for doing that. Please, it was a pleasure speaking with such a bright young woman. Our conversation was so engaging, I couldn't turn myself away from it. And we went on to talk about a number of things, from Eastern cuisine to souvenir recommendations. Oh yeah, she wanted to pick something out for one of her classmates. Well, I hope it was to her liking. A classmate. I'm guessing he's talking about Princess Salfin. If so, then I have to imagine that owner would be stunned speechless if she found out one of those gifts went to Erebonian royalty. You come with your friends today? Well, I hope you enjoy yourselves over here. If you'd like someone to show you around Longlai, my son Senri is working part-time giving tours outside. Though he does have a tendency to go a bit overboard from time to time.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Soul Chef Udon. Shunsui Anmitsu and Longlai Maze Soba. Okay. Next one.
I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkride.
Something about this dish tastes nostalgic in a way. The Mitsumame part is so flavorful, and the beans are clearly quality, with fruits and dango included for added bargain value.
I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkride.
If you wouldn't mind.
Better the matcha ice cream I got here last time. This one has more pronounced aroma and a light, gentle astringency. I'll be singing its praises back home for sure. Oh, well, isn't Shigen? Fancy bringing you here. I see your wife is enjoying a bit of summer splurging, as it were. Oh, I know you. You're the one who stops by Longport every so often. Phil and Cobb, it's good to see you. And right back at you. I never thought I'd join with you in this place, so maybe I shouldn't be so surprised given it's you we're talking about here. I take it you're on your way to the eastern side of the continent. That's the plan. I'll be hopping on the next train bound for the east after I see the launch. I'm planning to go to that place I wasn't able to visit last time. You mean the same one you told me about before? Well, you'll have to tell me all about it when you get back. Your stories are always amazing. If you find quality antiques along the way, you might need something in my way. Of course, as long as the purchase price isn't through the roof. Either way, I hope you enjoy your trip. Your wife certainly seems to be. I am. In fact, I'm having a time of my life. Thanks to the sum my husband earned gambling away in Farbad without my knowing. I've taken the liberty to loosen the purse strings this trip. Honey, have some mercy on the family funds. At this rate, I'm only going to be able to afford a couple of shots of local sake. I suppose I should have known better than to try sneaking into the casino. Thumbs the brakes, pal. Thumbs the brakes. In any case, I know Longlai backwards and forwards at this point, so if you have any questions about it at all, fire away. Me and Phil and Cobb go way back. He's helped me in my business by sending me rare antiques he finds on his globe-trotting adventures. Sounds like he's headed back east again. Sometimes I'm jealous of him his itchy feet. That's it. I'm looking forward to seeing what stories and antiques he digs up this time. Look at all these souvenirs I bought with my husband's winnings. Now I'll think twice before sneaking off to a casino without giving me so much as a heads up. Though perhaps spending every last mirror is a tad harsh. I think I'll set some aside so I can enjoy the local sake. Boy though, my wife is giving new meaning to the phrase shop till you drop, and by that I mean our finances are in free fall. She's spending every last mirror of my modest winnings from the far back casino. Life, why must you kick me down so? I'll be catching the next train bound for east. There's a place over there I'd like to check out. But since I'm here and all, I thought I might as well watch the rocket launch. It'll make for a good story if nothing else. By the way, bummed that Kisara and her friends earlier. It was a pleasant surprise seeing them here. With the talent the girl has, she will face more obstacles, both external and internal, than most, but now she has family and friends in her corner. I think the next time we meet, she will have found her own path forward.
You, over there! Come take a look!
Yeah, I get to see a rocket launch again. The other one was all white and big and went whoosh, and then there was tons of smoke. Are you gonna watch it too? Let's watch together. Need a light snack and look no further. We've got Zongzi, Fontuan, and so much more. The crowds will get bigger just before launch, so get your good eats while you still can. You know, Ino's been way more talkative lately. Stranger or not, she's been chatting about this and that to anyone and everyone. And those people end up curious about our food, contributing directly to our sales. I'm so grateful for all the business the space program's giving us, and like my little girl, I need to give it my all to capitalize on it. My husband Shigi is selling Monto, and looks like he's making a killing too. If you ask me, rice and Monto make for a perfect pre-launch snack, so now's the time to sell. The whole family's gonna work their tails off until we clear out our entire inventory.
Looking is always free, you know.
Tofu pudding, seafood chimaki.
can send this to Mr. Arkride.
Go for it.
Its wobbly texture is different from jelly or milk pudding, but hooks you all the same. The soy and syrup pair well too. Maybe I'll go for another on my next job in Longlai. And we have one entry from everyone. There was actually one on the top floor.
Shard searching.
Glad we got
One here.
Running a search.
Oh, I can tell you a lot about certain stuff. I'm a student of the Gecko School, and I came here to train. But as luck would have it, my trip overlapped with the rocket launch. Oh, well, I suppose I'll just join everyone else in watching this great event. Oh, and you may find it interesting, but the road to the Kunlun Mountains appears to be blocked off by some formidable individuals. When I arrived last year, I was unable to get a firm grasp on their presences, but now it's plain to say. Since ages past, the Kunlun Mountains have served as a training ground, and I came during my trip last year to make use of them for that purpose. I wasn't able to feel their presence since then, but they are likely skilled warriors employed by the government. In the event, all I can do now is wait for them to leave. In the meanwhile, I suppose I can watch the rocket launch along with everyone else.
No. Running is...
So this is where people are watching the launch. Some of them have been sitting here for days.
It'll be a moment for the history books for sure. Here's hoping we can grab closer seats.
Right. We just have to find a way to make it happen.
Let's search around.
Whoops, wrong way.
Can't go up there yet. We're hall for now. That building, it sends 2 people in there. Even though the markers don't show up on the mini-map. More often than not, Longlai is a calm, tranquil place, but these last few days it's turned to something of a carnival tent. But as someone who's charged with protecting Longlai, I will do my part to keep the peace. And I will see to it that everyone can watch this massive undertaking through to the end. I hope I can depend on you in keeping this place safe. I've never been so small since I started this job, and I've been working here for a very long time. A while. Nevertheless, I will put forth my best effort for the sake of the locals who have been so kind to me all these years. Ah, shards. Can't believe it, he's actually here. I have to find him. I wonder what her story is. It doesn't seem like she's in trouble at the very least. Yeah, don't link me in the button for now. A side quest? Can't believe it, he's actually here. I have to find him. I'm serving tea in the hopes it will aid in educating others about Eastern culture. Of late, however, I've encountered many with hearts consumed by a desire for material gains. It's really quite vexing. Just the other day, a person deemed it acceptable to set up a paid seeing in front of the temple, simply because the view was nice. It's unfathomable, the lengths they're willing to go in the name of avarice. How can they commit such an atrocity with the heavenly martyrs watching?
Okay.
I have no qualms with enjoying life in this world, but, as I say, all things in moderation. For instance, I was overjoyed to see Taihong start his own food stall and gain independence, especially after all the support we gave him. However, in that other case, the heavenly martyr was surely found such wanton fleshly indulgence. We had quite the gathering during the previous 2 launches, but today's is on another scale entirely. The Republican government is putting all their effort into this endeavor. All I can do is pray for its success. With the grass space of our own hands, is humanity allowed to achieve such a thing? I can only hope that today will have a happy end. I find myself conflicted over the situation. Be that as it may, whatever happens is the will of the heavenly martyr. I can only hope that today will end without incident.
Performing search.
What? The shard's so close to the portal, too. That was weird.
It's been deposited.
All right.
Can I still go in? Oh, I don't see Agnès or Renne anywhere. I don't sense them either. That's odd. Why don't we take a quick look around? You're right, neither Agnès nor Renne seem to be here. Apparently not. I can only assume they have their reasons. Still, the timing of it all nags at me a little. According to Link, the 2 of them split off from the band's group after getting called to the capital. Wait, Renne went with her too? Even then, the fact that they can't access the garden from the capital is somewhat concerning. There must be a reasonable explanation. Not saying it's wrong to worry or anything, but I don't think sticking our nose in would be the best look on us. Yeah, for now, let's just keep a tab on them and carry on as usual. So you don't actually know anything about the space base at all, do you? No, unfortunately, I'm afraid I was never assigned to the project. My apologies. Nah, it's no biggie, just figured I'd ask, you know? Anyway, once things cool down around here, wanna go grab some tea? Coral, please refrain from making advances toward our colleagues. Sorry, Set, I know you must be busy. Nothing to apologize for. To speak on other matters, however, I believe I was able to discern what your team has been so focused on investigating recently. Which is to say, I wish you well. And for record, I would be more than happy to talk with you all in person someday, a team invitation included, aside. Likewise, imagine we'll find plenty to talk about. Once things cool down, eh? We'll have to do what we can to ensure such hopes come to fruition. What is it that I, as Dominion, should strive to protect? I suppose that's something I'll need to answer in due time. Nevertheless, I will pray for everyone's good fortune in their coming trials, so that we might all gather again someday under less strenuous circumstances. I know the circumstances that led us here were less than ideal, but the friendships we've made as a result are irreplaceable all the same. In order to deepen these friendships, let's make sure we overcome all the obstacles that stand in our way, both here and in reality. Not so sure I get what Marduk and the President are trying to do with this whole space program thing, to be honest. Which makes it even harder to know if we need to intervene, or if we even can. Well, point is, we need to be prepared for whatever comes our way, good or bad. I sincerely believe we'll find a success in our endeavors, including with the Grim Garten. And that someday we'll all finally have the chance to talk in person.
Thank you very much. We have all sorts of goods.
Soul Chef meat. Gothic Stolen.
I'm gonna wing it. Everyone good with that? This actually looks pretty good.
Whew, I'm stuffed.
Okay, rank 30. That's the highest, apparently.
Love me.
We can still go higher for some reason.
All right, I'll put it on the blog.
Can hardly wait.
The bread's tough, but the snowy sprinkling of powdered sugar adds a nice touch. They keep well too, so maybe you could bring a few slices along in training sessions.
Would you care to decrypt? Of course. Allow me.
Oh,
Wow. So many
more gem cards. Oh, and oh wow, they actually have gems in here now. Okay, that will help simplify some of my setups for sure. The day of launch, at last. Though leaving the capital now of all times has me a bit apprehensive, to tell the truth. And I'm sure things will be fine with the Guildmaster in charge. The man saved rears more times than I can count over this past year. No small wonder he made me make that promise. Promise, huh? Now you've got me all interested. In all seriousness though, having you guys with us is a huge relief. Things have been getting dicier by the second. Yes, and even if we're unable to work together directly, it always helps to have an extra hand or two. All to say, I have your back, Renne. We'll do our best to make up for Agnès' absence. Right, heard she left for the capital of Renne. Kinda puts you at a disadvantage in combat, huh? I guess it is what it is. We'll give our best shot, best out there anyway. Wouldn't do have the girls thinking we're useless without them, after all. And as one of the Master Arkride students, you need to show them what you're made of, little man. Huh, don't God tell me twice. You can't just let something like that happen again, even if it means turning our backs on the church. So you really are acting against them. And once we've made up our minds, you better believe we're gonna follow through. You folks should do the same. It's a relief to know we've got someone like Zin at our backs, especially with how dicey things have been lately. Yen and I we've lost firepower, of course, but for now we just gotta keep on keeping on. I swear my name, I'll do everything in my power to assist you all. Whatever I can do to fill the hole Anya's left, I'll do it. Looks like it's finally time to rise to the challenge, maybe for all of us. Should be able to lend a hand with the garden stuff at the very least. Come on, let's go full throttle of this thing. If you're such a child, Burgard, I'll never win at this rate. I came in the spring to take a dip this morning, but before I knew it, I was roped into a round of volleyball. The hot water mitigates the strain on my body, thankfully. Perhaps I'll make this my new morning exercise. Well, it being the day of lunch and all, I figured this would make for a good distraction. Though it's not as if I personally need such a thing. Lapis? Oh, it's nothing. I'll follow things through the end, Rufus, just like you. Everyone must eventually face their own heart. It's not about where you're right or wrong, it's about where you can look on both yourself and what you've done with satisfaction. Only then will you be able to live without regret. I say this to you as well, Sir Rufus. Bro, make sure to think long and hard about on the matter. You have my gratitude, Mr. No, Mr. Zaman. Place my own heart. Can I even do that? Where I can look on myself and my actions with satisfaction. Powerful words from a powerful man. Goodness, I didn't meant to give a lecture during a bout of fun and games. I was simply trying to offer a bit of advice to the younger generation. It's my hope that they can learn to live their lives without regret. Yikes, why long faces? Well, I'm sure it's nothing a little sparring can't... No, not happening, and quit being so freaking annoying already. Heard you guys had a lot on your plate lately. Guessing that's got something to do with why I don't see Agnès too. Hey, you doing alright, Katra? Yeah, though I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little worried. I mean, today's the day of the launch. Young SC must be working themselves to the bone to see it happen. So I plan on working just as hard today. I see, you're a tough cookie, you know that? Yeah, no kidding. Can tell from that look in your eyes that you've got real fire in your belly. I have the same, if only someone would spar. I'm out of here. At the end of the day, the world will keep on turning. That's the way things are. There are no right answers. Which is why it's best to feel and do as one sees fit. At least that way you won't have any regrets, you know? With today's launch, the space program will have finally reached its climax. Yang and SC must be working themselves to the bone to see it through. Well, I'm a bit worried, but I intend to work just as hard today. We're in this together. Wonder why that tyrant bastard show up again. It's just what the hell's going on with that space program. Well, whatever comes our way, next, we'll deal with it. So let's go show these domains what we're made of already. I'm gonna give the gods a real earful for this mess, I swear, but for better or worse, the end's in sight. Sorry, Katra. I see, so that's what had been Aggie. Yeah, but Ren and Dominique went with her, so... I know she's only going to see her going to her fire, but there's just something about all this I find a little concerning. Sounds like she didn't put up much of a fight either, so we're finally planning to reveal her to the public, huh? Well, we'll just have to make sure to work extra hard in her place. Everyone's finally starting to make their moves. Good luck out there, you guys. Yeah, likewise. With Agnès away, we'll need to work even harder than ever. So let's clear out as many parts species as we can. That way she can take it easy when she comes back. So Aggie's finally making her debut as the President's star, huh? I wonder if she'll be okay. Once we finish up with stuff on our end, I'll head over on over ASAP. Gotta offer up all the support I can, right? Our team's pretty busy too, but we'll find the answers we're looking for in the end. So that someday we'll be able to reunite under better circumstances, with Agnès too. Frankly, I'm a little concerned for Agnès and Renne, although I know just how tough they are. But I suppose all we can do now is put our faith in them and continue our own work. Haley's Intel Network informed me that a tyrant appeared in Anchorville recently. I imagine that must have been quite a difficult encounter, Juv, and with Dominique heading back to the capital like that. Well, I can rest easy knowing she's with Agnès at least. But actually, Risha, it kind of sounded like Haley's got plans of their own in the works. And then there's the Force team doing whatever it is they're doing. Being unable to share information with you is a bit frustrating, admittedly. I'll say, but seeing as it's launch day, I think we're all finally nearing the end. Yeah, even though we haven't been able to talk about the details, it kind of feels like we've all been moving in sync anyway. All that's left now is to take care of what's right in front of us. Right, good luck out there, you guys. Once things cool down, why don't we all go see a showing of La Revue or something, and maybe one of my new films too. Yeah, that's a great idea, Jeff. I know we've all been keeping the details close to our chest, but it's obvious enough that we've all hit our respective end games. Been in the Republic for almost a year now. About time I got to show off my B-rank pride. For now, let's leave Agnès to Grammy and Renne. They've got this. As for me, I'm going to face all the obstacles in our way head on. I swear on my honor as Grim Cat. Arkansas is currently playing a performance inspired by the rocket launch. I'd love to invite you all to see it someday, so let's make sure we get through this together. Man, I'm so glad we were able to make it a Longlai. I'm so pumped for the launch. Ditto, thanks to Graham and everyone else doing a good job. We got to come here without any anxious spots trying to crush our spirits. Alright, Hades, let's get an eyeful of this history in the making moment. Man, the road to Longlai sure was crowded. We made the right move leaving early. Normally I drove like hell, drove hell for lever on the highway, but doing that would have landed my girl straight into the repair shop. We've been wanting to come to Longlai for ages too. Once the rocket launch is over and done with, I'd really like to go see the sights. Knowing Downey though, he's probably going to rope me into riding around outside the city. Now that the roadside issues are done and dusted, we can turn our attention to the town. Honestly, things have been a little tough considering I'm the only C rank around here. The police are handling public safety and overall safety measures, so I'm glad I don't have to focus on any of that stuff. Though from what Drusillus had said, it sounds like the government might be trying to restrict our ability to move freely.
Alright.
Oh, are those the students? I think I recognize that uniform. Yes, they're students from Aramis Academy. Oh, it's Miss Toa. It's nice to see you, Miss Toa. Nice to see you too, Miss Leifa. I'm glad everyone seems to have made it to Longlai safely. Wait, I thought you weren't coming with us on the field trip. I think she's in Longlai with Forrest and her NGO. That's right. Which would make him the Ashen Chevalier. Julian's teacher from back in the Empire then. Yeah, I'm Instructor Schwarzer from Forest Military Academy. Sounds like you've been looking after Julian. Oh no, not at all. You're the one who's done so much for him. I think every student who knows Julian would agree. So he's proud to be a Force student, is he? His grandfather, the former General Van Dyck, must be very pleased. Julian couldn't come because someone came up suddenly in the capital, right? Yeah, someone reached out to me about it this morning. Apparently, I'll hear the details later. Wow, this is the famous Ashen Chevalier. The hero of the Northern War. The man next to him is a hero too. So cool. The silver-haired lady and the other girls are like idols themselves. I'm such a huge fan. Sorry, seems like we're taking up your time. Alright everyone, I hope you'll make it the most of your field trip. Will do. After all, the armament students dispersed to various parts of Longlai for different purposes.
Dear goddess, it's so...
Oh wow, they really did disperse. Alright, today's been a nightmare. We've upped the number of trains coming in, and I'm so run off my feet, I feel I'm going to lose my mind. Oh yes, we have a special timetable for outbound trains too. I better make sure passengers are aware of that. Anyway, point is, Longlai is packed like I've never seen it before. I'm suffering. Oh wait, we have a train headed eastbound this afternoon. Longlai is a doorway to the east. The Transcontinental Railroad is basically the only way in by land. I really hope things calm down over there.
We're quickly approaching the first...
With the kiddos running and playing their little hearts out, I'm sure they'll end up hungry eventually. I think I'll buy them some snacks. Really, I'm just glad Jez enjoyed your trip. When I see him having fun with the other kids, I can't help but be glad I took him in.
No foreseen delays.
What, Toa, what are you doing here? Oh, you're Ludacia from the ICO. Do you just get back from the east? Well, that's a funny coincidence. Small world, isn't it? Indeed, I was working at a support branch in the east for the last half year. I only just returned. I heard some talk about the rocket launch, but dear me, it's like a festival out here. Maybe this will help us make sense of the desertification in the east. Yes, I'm optimistic we can make some real progress there, and the Republic government has publicly committed to supporting us in that. Wonderful. When that time comes, I suspect I'll be given an important role to play, given, well, it's you we're talking about. It looks like you're here on a different sort of job. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks, you too. So she's one of your co-workers, huh? Sounds like you're carrying the weight of the continent on your back days transferred over to there too. Well, I won't lie, diplomatic work is something I've been itching to take on. I don't know what form I'll take, but whatever it is, I'll plan for myself at it with everything I have. That's the spirit, I'm sure this goes without saying, but you have our full support. Top of your ICO work, you teach in the Empire and the Republic, correct? I'm guessing that's what you're here for. Well, I'll be. I don't know how you pull triple duty like that. In any case, let's both do our part in making this world a better place for everyone. Wait a second, is that you, Norton, from the Imperial Chronicle? Well, isn't the fine folks from the forest? Long time no see. Heck of a day for a reunion, huh? I'm gathering you're not here to gape and gawk at the launch like most people here. Nothing gets past you, does it? So you're working with BB and the others, right? Yeah, Rex and some of the Air Force bunch asked me to handle some things. The CID's got a chokehold over the flow of information, so getting tips has been easier said than done. But between you and me, about today's military exercise. Apparently the entirety of the Republican army is on standby. What? Huh, things have gone from sketch to holy shit what the hell real fast. It's clear we can't just stand by and watch. This might be an even bigger deal than the last war. The CID is keeping everyone their cards close to the vest. And said measures not only affect Calvard, but us too. There's only so much I can do within my capacity as a journalist, but going forward, I'll do whatever I can to help you all. We would appreciate that. There's no doubt today's gonna be one for history books. There's too many things nagging at me. As a journalist and as one of Force collaborators, I plan to observe how things unfold. I won't pry into why you're all here, but please, be careful. Oof, I made a Longlai. The editor-in-chief might be fed up with me, but I don't give a damn. While I was doing research on this, I felt fire ignite inside me. When you're telling a good story, sometimes you just have to get those boots on the ground and pursue it. And I'll pursue it to the ends of the earth. I'll write a French page piece I'll leave you in Marielle from Tyrell Times Screen if envy. Now I'll need to think of a good headline. Also, should get our comments so I'll stick with the readers. I may not be Marielle, but it feels good putting all my all into an article like she does. It'll be a waste only writing some fluff piece. I'm going to make this into my best article yet, even if it kills me.
Performing search.
Jordan?
Let's stake out a spot once we're done eating.
Lunch. Longlai food is divine. It's like it was served by a goddess herself. Oh, my stomach, it yearns for more. Now it's had a slice of heaven, it's demanding the full course. And I intend to comply. I'm gonna eat to bursting today. Well, that's one way to fast track your way to Adios' dinner table. Edmund, please try to restrain yourself. It's all so delicious. I could keep this up to eternity. Now then, bring on the dessert. We have some free time, so I'll take a break from showing folks around. But who knows when trouble might creep around the corner. I can't completely take it easy. The road by the waterfall sounds like a perfect place to train. Say, Gurney, you're doing the thing again. Combat training isn't part of this trip, remember? That's a shame. Haha. I feel like we'd get along. Even here in Longlai, Sigourney's the same as ever. We don't want to be causing trouble for the people around us, so I'll have to hold off on doing any training here. What a waste, staying at such an upscale inn yet being unable to have even a single drop of alcohol. We should at least be allowed to drink during the nighttime, no? It's not like we'll be on the clock. True, but remember, we're still responsible for watching over the students, even at night. We can always buy some drinks as souvenirs and enjoy them back home. On your Mura, how sweet of you. Well, since you're offering, I'll gladly take a few bottles. Yeah, nice try. Background music is simply delightful, but that's to be expected of a first-rate inn. The sounds of flowing water mixed with koto music make me feel completely relaxed. You can see why it's in this over now. The interior design and furnishings are immaculate. It harmonizes flawlessly with the surrounding scenery. I could just sit here and gaze about for eternity, and I wouldn't be bored for a second.
Let's search around.
Oh, Hansel Workshop. Yeah, gotta try it out. No, like I've said again and again, we don't have time for detours. The first item on our agenda is visiting a local history museum, and then... Chris, you gotta loosen up. A trip like this is no fun if it's all work and no play. See, she gets it. Now let's make us some sick-ass wind chimes. Way ahead of you. But agenda, guys. You say we're on a tight schedule, but it's not like tight. They also got a course where you take your crafted wind chimes and paint over them, apparently. So there, gonna stop whining now or what? Or fine, give. Arguing you two is soaking up what little time we have, so let's just get this over with. Is that you, Clausel? I heard a bit about the situation within the guild, so these must be the people from Force. Yeah, sorry to show up out of nowhere. I appreciate it if you could catch me up on this current situation in Longlai. We've heard that the excitement hasn't created too much of a burden for the guild. Well, that's one way to put it, yes. The reality is, we no longer have anything to do, and not really by choice. I guess it doesn't really matter how many tourists there are. A city of this size can mobilize enough police officers to handle it. The police alone can probably handle most things, including problems among travelers. The government's been seizing every opportunity to take the initiative. It's obvious what they're planning. Not even the guild is permitted to touch anything related to the space program. It is a highly confidential government project, but... So you've been prioritizing the capital when deploying bracers. Yes, Kazan is still there as requested. Rean is here in his stead, since he's used to handling travelers. It would have been reassuring to have Kazan here too, in case of trouble in the Ishkal Mountains. But nothing under the guild's jurisdiction could possibly happen there in the first place. Alright, I think I've got a handle on the situation. The police have been completely blockaded the mountain pass leading to the Ishkal Mountains. Not to mention, Ikaruga's involvement in the program has become something of an open secret in the guild. Correct, as long as they're stationed in Kunlun, no monsters or external forces will be a threat. Which means we at the guild can only deal with things within city limits. I can guess why the Divine Blade of Ash is here now. But you understand our situation, our hands are tied. There's just nothing I can do to help you reach Kunlun, I'm sorry. I do have to wonder just what it is you think we're up to, but I'm glad you're as sharp as ever, Drusilla. It's quite alright, last thing we want to do is drag the guild into this. There must be a way through, a way to navigate even a situation like this. Maybe even an opening caused by ascension. We come to that bridge, and it's time to cross it, to do whatever we need to keep moving forward. Yes, do our die time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm partial to the former. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but these young people don't know how to give up. All I can do is pray that fate will be kind to them. Ah! Oh, could that be? The important contact you mentioned earlier. I bet it is. Ask the director of the NGO I work at if they could put me in touch with... Wait, huh? This isn't the number I recognize. Ah!
Pardon me. Am I speaking to Toa Herschel?
You're not fooling anyone, Kilika.
I'm reaching out to you on behalf of Director Poisson.
I know that voice. It seems to be someone from the CID's Integrated Analysis Division, to which Mr. Kincaid belongs. That department is said to be a top-secret part of the CID. Could this person be? Yeah, I think you're right. She might be the lady we heard about before. Okay, sorry for putting you on hold. Yes, this is Toa Herschel speaking. It's been a while since we last spoke, although, I'll admit, I'm surprised to be hearing from you of all people. Based on the caller ID, I can assume this is an official call from the department.
There's no need to be so cautious. As it turns out, I'm in Longlai as well. Excluding the personnel stationed at the space base itself, there aren't any CID staff in the area. So if it's easier for you, you can drop the pretenses.
I understand. It's alright if we stop by, right? Officially, I'll be visiting as an NGO member, but I hope it's alright if I bring a few staff members along.
Of course. 4, right? I'll have some people I would like to introduce you to as well. President Rocksmith and I will look forward to your arrival.
Ooh, that sure was nerve-wracking. Was that the Flying Swallow, the woman renowned throughout the intelligence world? Why would she be calling us? She's an old friend of Zin's, and she used to work as a guild receptionist. Back then, she was headhunted by the former president and joined the organization that's now the CID. Oh, I got it. And it's because of that connection that she might be acting on her own. I once heard from Angelica that she's even more freakishly capable than what people say. That's a really surprise, given she's the master of the Taito school and Angelica's teacher. We need to make sure we're ready for a meeting with her and the people she's introducing us to. Yeah, once we're done here, let's head up to the hill to the east. I know we have an uptick in tourists, but still, they shouldn't need to send so many officers here. It's evident that this is, in actuality, a means to mitigate the risk of guild interference with their plan. However, we don't intend to merely take this on the chin. We have a plan we're hatching. I wouldn't stake all your hopes on it, but should the stars align, maybe we'll lend a hand or two. I can't find him anywhere. Just what am I to do? Is she looking for someone? I don't remember a guild getting any missing person requests in. Could there be something about it that she'd rather hide? If so, it might be a case fit for Spriggan. Shall we offer ourselves as proxies then, as we did in Basel? Well? Pardon us, I don't mean to pry, but it's something the matter. Or who might you be? Rean the Earth explaining that we're taking on refugees on behalf of Arkride Solutions. I see. In that case, you may just be the people my starry self can turn to. Sensing a lot of layers behind a sentence. You could say that. I'm the lowest of the low, after all. 2 years ago, I abandoned my son, my own flesh and blood. You abandoned him? I get a feeling there's more to this story. Yes, you see, I was originally born and raised here in Longlai. Northern culture always interested me, however, so I left home to work in Mesalam. There I met the man I would come to wed, and 12 years ago I became pregnant for a son. At the time, I thought we'd be able to build our happy family up together. But 3 years later, my husband fell ill and passed. That must have been extremely painful for you. Yes, but there was no time to grieve, not when I had a son to raise. I would even take on nightlife work just to put food on the table. The mental anguish overwhelmed me, however, and before I knew it, I had begun taking it out on my poor boy. It was then that he started to rebel against me. I had also remarried several years ago, but the man only grew more violent with time. It drained me down to the very last drop. And then what, you send your son away? Not quite. The government provides a minor subsidy for childcare, blood-related or not. Knowing that, my now former lover raised his hand to me again, saying I ought to be the one leaving instead. And so I relented, returning here to my hometown, head hung low. I see. Can't say I emphasize, but I think we can spare some sympathy. If only my son and I had played together. Looking back, I regret it from the bottom of my heart. On top of that, I heard news about him through the Sept-Terrion church. Apparently he had run away from my ex-husband several months ago. It became a bit of an ordeal, after which he ended up getting adopted by someone else. With that, I figured my role in his life had come to an end. That is until... Wait a minute, I think we've seen this part... I think we've seen part of his side story before. You found your son here in Longlai? Yes. At first I thought it was just my eyes playing tricks. But when I called out, his gaze met mine. He actually recognized me. It wasn't a moment after, though, that he ran away. I should have expected as much. It's only natural. The sight of his despicable murder must have been more than a boy could stand. Even still, it's worrisome that your son is nowhere to be found. Yes, he looks so hopeless. There's no telling what might happen. I'd like nothing more than to start over with him, if at all possible. But perhaps that's simply too much to hope for. What's the kid's name, by the way? Jed. It's Jed. Jed. Better look through Arkride's files. Now that she mentions it, I may have heard his story during my NGO work. Vaguely remember a guild having intel on it too. Van co-stepped in on the situation, I think. Mr. Arkride. Yet another one of life's little coincidences. For the time being, we'll try to track Jed down to confirm his safety. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'd like to get a grasp on why you came to Longlai in the first place. Probably check out the sights, right? A lot of tourists going on these days. That seems likely to me. And since he's still a child, his new guardian is probably with him too. Sounds like a decent enough starting point then. Yeah, let's find a tour guide and see what they know. Thank you, and good luck.
Let's see what we can do.
Jed's whereabouts.
I've got a question for you.
Jed's one of the boys in my tour group. Did something happen to him? Got in one. We're actually looking for him as we speak. Will you happen to know where he might have went? Oh dear. Well, our group took a break, so I'm not sure where he is. But his guardian, Angela, should be in front of the station. Maybe she knows something. Thank you for your help. Angela, that's the one who adopted Jed. Yeah, she owns a public bathhouse in Mesalam. Let's hurry over to the station.
No.
Space flight in history.
So crowded. Excuse me a moment.
The rocket...
Jed saw his birth mother, and you say he's been missing ever since. Yes, we're on the search for him right now. His mother being in Longlai isn't news to me, admittedly. I even intended on finding the chance to speak with her, but I hadn't counted on him being me to punch. Do you have any leads on where he might be? Well, you could try asking his friend Mina and Tony. He said they were going to browse the Sol Cigar, so I let the three of them run free. Let's head over to the street market and see if we can find him. Thank you for going to so much trouble. I'll look for myself around the station. We will appreciate that. If you learn anything, let us know.
Take place at 1 p.m. today, and
Got a second?
preparations are underway as we speak.
So Jed really is missing. We thought he was just going off to look around his own. But it's because he saw his mom, huh? Do you have any idea where he might have gone? Oh, he did say he wanted to see a Pubu. Long like Pubu, eh? Can't say I blame him. But Granny Angela told him over and over that going outside the city is dangerous. No matter how naive Jed can be, he wouldn't break a promise. Still, seeing his mom for the first time since she walked out probably left him pretty shaken up. Considering that, it wouldn't be strange for him to want some time alone. And we should ask any potential eyewitnesses by exiting the falls. Good call, let's head the right way. Oh, Miss Toa, perfect timing. Thelma and I saw a boy head into the mountain pass not too long ago, around 11 years old, give or take. We were just about to chase after him ourselves. That's very noble of you, but let's handle the rest. You two just wait here in the meanwhile. It almost certainly must have been Jed. There's no time to waste then, let's head out. I'll give the girl a quick heads up just in case. Now go to Pubu Pass.
Alright.
Of course.
Right, you got it.
How far up Pubu Pass is that, kid? I'm only partway through, huh? Weird.
Physical attack should prove a full.
Let's end this quick.
Your charge attack is ready.
Taste this!
There.
Stunned him!
Conditions ideal for
There.
short deployment.
Let's tear these chumps a new one!
You're Forestia.
A shard boost would work wonders here. Certain arts will work best. I'll handle this.
Stay with it!
Leave it to me.
Gotcha! Guarding up! Churn him up, V!
Engaging skill.
Gotcha!
I don't know what your was like.
Or where that came from.
I'm still in my growing phase. Be wary of ranged attacks. Commencing combat. Your charge attack is ready.
Like that?
Yeah! Protect!
Stunned him!
Here's our
Taste
shot.
this!
Rush him down.
Let's tear these chumps a new one!
What? How'd that guy sneak in? Dude. It's not like hitting them both with the Rowdy Throttle.
I'll handle this.
Guarding up!
Boost gauge
Churn him up,
loader
V!
removed.
Our guy we can just kill normals.
Too late!
Something's there. Run a search, would you?
There!
Commencing combat.
Come at me!
A shard boost would work wonders here.
Catch my drift?
I'll handle this.
Full throttle! Guarding up!
Boost gauge
Get in there,
loader
Rean!
removed.
Shit, I can't hit them both.
Prepare! Don't bother.
Boost
Follow
gauge
my lead,
expanded.
V.
Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
Okay.
Mission accomplished. Treasure.
Perfect
My
job,
pleasure.
V.
Hit free. 2 bears.
Be wary of ranged attacks. Threat levels high. Be on guard.
Sure, I'm down.
Your charge attack is ready.
Taste this!
Be careful with that one.
There!
Slow fire.
Like that? Got him! Let's tear these chumps a new one!
Let's charge in all at once. In your debt.
Need help?
Take flight! Arkraven! Tag team!
Roger. You're mine.
Why do these pandas have such long claws, man? Blade Panda.
Guarding up!
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Oh wow. Use Phantasma.
Need help?
Guarding up!
Here for you.
I will not fight.
I'm up.
Prepare!
Got you. He, through me.
Okay. Fix her pandas.
Be mindful about this.
I found a copper you can't refuse.
Sepith, okay. Can I get to that chest without... No. Never mind. Someone get to that chest before triggering the event. Pant. Is this really it for me? Looks like we made in the nick of time. Let's sweep them out.
A school of small fry. How vexing. Ready to go.
Oh hell, they've got spells.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Incoming. Watch out. Activating shard command.
Thanks.
In your debt.
Azure Greon. Hopefully I can delay some of you.
Trouble inbound. Hold on.
Engaging skill.
Your time's up. Accelerate. Eins. Zwei. Drei. Vier. Lift off. Azure Greon. Defending.
Boost gauge upgrade.
Okay, that gives me a significant advantage in terms of turns.
Come on, let's go.
My mind is clear. I'm up.
I'll take advantage of doing that, and
Prepare.
Blow them down. Sixfold gales. Don't bother.
Got strength in spades.
okay.
Skill.
Caught out.
Do this to get some CP back.
I can help.
Prepare.
Too easy.
There.
That was quick. Guess I'm still slightly over leveled from previous chapter. You saved me. Are you guys bracers? Just me, actually. You see, we're here at your mother's request. Rean and the group explained that they had accepted a force BG from Miyuki on behalf of Arkride Solutions. My mom said substitute Spriggans to come get me. Well, it must more track you down and make sure you were safe. We won't force you to meet with your mother against your will. But if even the tiniest part of you wants to have a serious conversation with her, then it'd be our pleasure to arrange that. I hated my mom for the longest time, so I started acting out in every way I could. Doing one bad thing after another, saying all the stuff I never should have. I thought it was no wonder she left me for good. Thing is, I'm too afraid to own up to that. So just the thought of facing her scares me too. But even then, she's still worried about me. I see, those are your genuine sentiments then. Well, parents come in all different sorts of situations. Sure is no forgiving what your mother did. But whenever we talked, her love came through in every word she said about you, no question. I can say that with just as much certainty. Her desire to make a fresh start was unmistakably sincere. Okay, I've made my mind. I'll try talking to my mom. Roger that. I'll get in touch with Angela about this, too. With that, Rean the artist brought everyone together so Jed and Miyuki could speak face to face. You don't have to believe me, but these are my true feelings. I grew sick and tired of all the hardships, I turned my back and ran away. But the fact that I love about you, it's been tearing me up inside this day. Mom. I give myself a hard time too, for not caring about you more when we were together. It's been on my mind ever since. But I couldn't bring myself to admit it. And then there was my butt wipe of a stepdad. Jed. Such an emotional klutz, I swear. Right? Even though he's actually nice inside, he'll say it's lame to act like it. Here comes the waterworks. So Miyuki, what do you want to do going forward? Angela. If you allow it, I'd like to return Muslim. But afterwards, I still don't know. Well, all it depends on Jed. Granny. Honestly, I don't know what to do either. Makes me wish that certain guy was here to tell me. Yeah, we're always relying on Van to come up with these decisions, huh? Oh yeah, Arkride and his pals helped you get out of your stepdad's clutches, didn't they? So how would they approach this? What should we tell Jed? Take your time thinking it over. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you can use this opportunity to be more honest with yourself. About wanting to believe in your mother and live together with her again. That's exactly what you're thinking inside, isn't it? I mean, pay me no mind, Jed. What matters most is how you feel. But you don't need to tell me that now, do you? Rennie. In which case, Miyuki, I want you to prove how serious you are. So if and when you return Meslam, what do you say to working for me at my bathhouse? Are you sure? That's just the kind of opportunity I was hoping for. Let me be clear though, you'll have to completely wash your hands of the nightlife industry. That's my one condition. That's fine, I won't let you down. Well, guess we can close the books on this one. Yes, so of course there will likely still be difficulties ahead of them. Still, thank goodness everything worked out.
Done and done.
Our reward's been deposited.
Okay. Law up a lot. Law 4. Chaos went up. Wow. Okay. That option I picked may have been a little bit too forgiving, but I do want more law points for the sake of gameplay stuff. Plus, it's balanced out by how Angela wants Miyuki to rebuild trust first.
We earned it.
Ooh, I'm so glad Jed's okay. The waterfall area was more dangerous than I thought. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. I never expected this to happen. Nevertheless, it's Jed's guardian, and I need to see just how sincere Miyuki actually is. I want to respect her feelings as family, but also have a responsibility as his guardian. Jed actually forgave me. I need to live up to his expectations. I'll show Angela that I've sincerely changed. That way I can earn Angela's trust and show her that I can care for Jed again. Honestly, I never forgot about when we lived together. I was afraid to face her, but now I know for sure. I want to live with her again. If it wasn't for this, I'm not sure I would figure out how I felt. And I never thought we'd be ever be together again. I'm glad Jed got to see his mommy. I know things are super rough for him, but I'm sure they'll get along just fine from now on.
Alright.
It made me happy seeing Jed speak from the heart. Never thought I'd see a day. Really, I'm just so relieved. Well, I'm glad that Jed boy ended up okay. Thanks for resolving that whole thing. Because of you, no one on the tour ended up injured. But more importantly, I'm just glad he was able to put to bed everything he was grappling with. Or, oh no, just thinking about this is making me tear up again. So just another dragon trout, huh? It puts such a fight that I got my hopes up. Oh, stop it, Kyle. That's still pretty impressive. I've never seen one that big before. Just another thing we have that fishing rod Van gave us to thank for. The Hebo God Rod. I think it would end up in the hands of you young bloods. However, there's still a fish's affinity for a given rod, no matter how legendary you consider. So you're saying I need a different one to catch this place's guardian? But what rod could possibly measure up to Hebo? Oh, you there with the dark hair. You seem to be quite a fisherman yourself. Me? Well, of course, your comportment, your chi. They say you're surely a capable angler. Not mention, your curiosity is piqued, no? Come, no need to be shy. I see, sir, from the Empire, you seem to have a good handle on the that first-rate fishing rod there, too. Well, I've dabbled here and there for a long while, so... What's more, your posture is, That might be presumptuous, but are you perhaps the practitioner of the 8 leaves one blade? How can you tell? Sharp observation there, almost too sharp. No need to get up in arms. I'm Kukai, nothing more than an old codger seeking to climb to the peaks of the piscatorial arts, and he's probably trained with you and Kafai or something. Having an acquaintance of sorts among the 8 leaves, I was able to make an educated guess by the air about you. By acquaintance, he couldn't mean, could he? Kukai, was it? Why exactly did you call me over? Well, to invite you to fish, of course. You've taken an interest in this Guardian of Longlai too, I can tell. Now I look again, though. Knowing your style of swordplay, you wouldn't have me Rean Schwarzer. I am, but how do you know about me? Oh, I may not look it, but I've mixed and mingled with anglers all across the land. You've made a name for yourself in our community, so word of you has been reaching my ears for some time now. Wait, Rean Schwarzer, you're the Rean Schwarzer. The same guy who landed at Grand Lake Lord in Arabonia. Look at you, building up international fame. And not even as the Ashen Chevalier. I did hear the Imperial Fishing Club has begun to establish an online presence as of late. Yeah, you can read newsletters from a whole bunch of different associations on the Orbal net. I'd say a fair few circles there know you as Arabonia's young fishing king. I've got mixed feelings about that reputation spreading behind my back. But that aside, it feels as if you had a more concrete motive for calling me over. Very perceptive. The truth is, a certain someone told me of your impending trip to Longlai. He then requested I invite you to fish for the Lion King upon your arrival. Another test from you and Kafai. Understandable, really. A fellow fisherman like yourself could hardly resist the intrigue. Sounds as much like a test as it does an invitation. I have my reservations, but should I accept it anyway? No need to hesitate. Just be true to the angling aficionado within. Okay, accept law only. Alright then, maybe this too is fate, in more ways than one. I'll do it, both to test my mettle as a fisherman and to learn what that certain someone intends by this. Oh, I thought you might say that. So, careful in this local guardian old-timer, the Lion King, right? Yes, as a form only a scant few dragon trout in these waters take after surmounting umpteen years of battle and bouts. They are said to be twice as large as their standard counterparts, with an appearance non-like a lion's, as you might guess. We've been trying to catch one ourselves. Kyle especially, now he's gotten a decent howl on their legendary Habo Godrod. And he was so scared it never happened when Van them first gave it to us. Van's crew, huh? What are the odds? It's true that I have the hang of this now, more or less. Even managed to haul up some decently sized dragon trout. But as far as the Lion Kings go, not so much as a bite. I suppose that means there really is something to be said for matching specific fish to the right rods. Precisely right. Best suited to the Lion King is the Nar God rod made in the old Eastern Empire's time, the Taigong Wang, which figuratively translates to avid angler. It lies hidden someplace here in Longlai. Before all else, you must track it down. Avid angler, where have I heard that name before? Can you just say where it is instead of giving us the runaround? No, this will do just fine. It just means my test has already begun. Am I right, Mr. Kukai? Quick on the uptake, aren't we? There is but a single tip I can relay for now. First, search for a tome protected by 2 stone sentinels. There you should find your next step. I too have been told nothing more. The Taigong Wang must be uncovered by your own efforts. A tome protected by 2 stone sentinels? That sounds like a riddle of sorts, like a Blue Blanc's riddles. So solving this clue will take us to the next, and all the way till we reach that fishing rod. Feels a little more like a scavenger hunt than a test. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. It's almost nostalgic, actually. Well, yeah, we're jumping off point, so let's get to it. Step 1 is to find a tome protected by a pair of stone sentinels. Good luck, you guys. Show us how to land a Lion King like a real pro.
Let's see what we can do.
We only came along like to cast some lines, but we ran into an actual fishing legend. Wherever you are out there, Lady Luck, I just want you to say thank you. First, you need to locate the Tai Gangwang. Only then can you try your hand at conquering the legendary Lion King. If you truly wish to call yourself a master of the rod, then you must overcome this trial. I guess compatibility with one's rod really is important. Well, so much for catching the Lion King with the Hebo God rod. That's strange because in the new Calvard arc, the fishing rods are more like linear upgrades instead of side grades. It's up to you guys. Give that Tai Gangwang a good swing and show the Lion King who's boss. When I woke up this morning, I did not think I'd be meeting the Rean Schwarzer. From one fishing out to another, I salute you. Now show me how it's done. And that guy actually does look a little like Kenneth, doesn't he? church. These must be the two stone sentinels. Now it's a tomb they're protecting. Maybe some book in the temple is our next hint. About these lion statues, by the way. They originate from the east as a form of protection against evil. Well, shall we head inside and speak with the vicar?
Oh, Heavenly Mother.
You'd like to examine one of the books in our temple? That's perfectly fine, but what are we for, if I may ask? Actually, we're searching for a fishing rod that's been hidden away someplace. We were told this temple would have a tome that will point the way for us. Fishing, come and think of it, there was that book we received as a donation the other day. Indeed, that's the only one I can think of that might be relevant. Excuse me a moment while I go and fetch it. So what's the story of this book? It appears to be inscribed with Eastern characters. An elderly fellow donated to our temple not too long ago. It provides a comprehensive look into Eastern fishing culture, from its history and conventions to the issues it faces. Yes, the man said he hailed from the East himself and wished to pass down his knowledge to future generations. Will anything in there feel off to you? Nope, the text itself is a pretty standard telling of Eastern fishing customs and industrial practices. Seems handy as reference material, but not much else. This is probably it. Rean pulled out a single sheet of paper tucked between the book's pages. The next clue rests at the foot of a Longlai tree that evokes a journey to the west. So that's our next hint, huh? And let's get a show on the road then. Hold on, there's something written on the back. Oh, you're right, let's see here. The 8 wizards traveled to western lands, one of them carrying in hand a godly rod made in the age of the Old Empire. Is this the Taigang Wang's origin story? Apparently so. The way it's written in place of the rod was originally used in the east, where the Holy Ishkan Empire once existed. It was brought to the west by 8 wizards, though. Can't mean the magic kind, right? Sounds lofty and all, but what's it got to do with fishing? Maybe we should ask the old timer about it later. Circling back to our next clue, does Longlai tree that evokes the journey to the west mean anything to anyone? The word Longlai would indicate the tree we seek lives to a considerable age. Maybe it could be a pine tree. In the east, they're considered auspicious symbols of eternal youth and long life. That still leaves evokes the journey to the west part. Let's look for a pine tree that fits the bill. A Longlai tree that evokes a journey to the west. The westernmost tree in the town would be this pine, wouldn't it? It even has branches extending west down the river, like it wants to travel that way. And what are we waiting for? Let's dig around at the base and see what turns up. The Taigang Wang awaits its new willer in a place of repose seated before the Great War Dragon Clan. Looks like this is the last hint. The next location should be where we finally find the God Rod. Just one more step away from our goal then. The Great War Dragon Clan. As far as local landmarks with the metaphor go, right, must be somewhere around Longlai Pubu. And there's something on the back of this paper too. One wizard of the 8 relinquishes the Taigang Wang in the west, aiming to draw its latent potential. Thus does the God Rod cross from one worthy angler to another, as if through a will of its own. Grooming the thing away so a string of rounds can use it is one crazy stab in the dark. But according to this, it only passes over to people who are fit to wield it. Wait, so then the head of the Fisherman's Guild. Mr. Fisher was nicknamed the Avid Angler, which is what Taigang Wang translates to in the West. It's possible the rod itself came into his ownership at some point then. Perhaps that is when and how he gained his title. It's not like a fishing rod hopping from one worthy angler to another is off the wall. It might sound far-fetched, but it isn't impossible. There are plenty of tales about storied weapons being scribed by fate into the possession of those deserving. Maybe a similar thing can happen with fishing rods. So following that logic, if Rean actually manages to get his mitts on this Taigang Wang, then we can take that to mean he's been deemed the next chosen one. Again. That's kind of an embarrassing way to put it, but I'm not against the idea. All the more reason to live up to the privilege and catch that guardian, no matter what.
I spy me some treasure.
Kono Nasakuya. Arch damage increases when hit point is higher.
Something is near. Conduct a search. Let us begin.
There!
Charge attack at the
All
ready.
together now! They're down!
Count on me!
Okay, they're both stunned.
Now is the time to boost.
I'll handle this.
See you never!
Okay. That worked.
Starting up!
Boost gauge limiter. Numerous foes. Caution advised.
You mats.
Something is near. Conduct a search.
There! Stagger now! Strike all together now!
Count on me!
Now's the time to boost.
I can help!
Prepare!
Take advantage of BLTZ to deal more damage with my S-Craft, and Dunzo.
Your boost gauge is replete.
Leveled up.
I've leveled up.
Cobalt Cape.
We're low on time.
Saffron Gem.
Pretty good, Crow.
I spy me some treasure.
Celestial Balm.
Watch yourselves. There's a lot of them. A mighty foe. Be mindful about this.
I spy me some treasure.
Yeah, there's a gap I have to slip through. Okay, let's get into that little cubby hole. Oh my goodness, move. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, got it. Oh wow, that's a fucking huge guy. I don't like this guy's hitbox. Ooh. I'm glad they gave us a lot of time, but still. Oh. Okay, give me my prize. Ark of El Dorado.
Phew, looks like a good place to break.
The place of repose seed before the Great War Dragon clan. That's probably this rest area right in front of the falls. Heh, hell of a sight to drink in here. Only thing that could make it better is an actual drink to go with it. It's one of Calvard's top 100 sites for a reason. The eastern vegetation of Rocky Mountains create an enchanting, almost mystical landscape. Agreed, it's enough to enchant you for hours on end. But more important right now is the fishing rod. Yeah, we finally found it. Okay. So this is a Taigong Wang, eh? Pretty snazzy. Yeah, it seems like it was made of onyx steel too. Now I hold it, it does feel similar to a well-honed blade. Imposing, powerful, and above all, reliable. Wouldn't take much to convince me that I can fish up a legendary guardian. I feel like you're kind of a match for each other, Rean. It fits in your hand just like a sword. Well, I won't know until if I can handle it until I try. Wait, there's a piece of paper tied in here. By passing fussily through the hands of one master after another shall the Taigong Wang reunite with the 8 wizards by fate's design. However, there may yet be others who are worthy. The question now is, will we prove among them? This almost sounds as if whoever wrote this new Rean would come. Let's just report back to Kukai for now. So this is a Taigang of myth. Such brilliant luster, a marriage of beauty and utility. Well done seeking out, Rean. With this you have become a new master. Hearing it out loud gives me second thoughts. This really your first time seeing it in person, old-timer. Well, I do know in passing a handful of fishermen who came to obtain it. But the stars never quite aligned. Even when it wasn't a fisher's possession, we never had a chance to meet face to face. And by the time I came to know the man who'd brought it out west to begin with, he had already relinquished it. Man, though, that thing is oozing with style. Almost looks like our own god rod at a glance, but with a totally different vibe. For real, compared to Hebo, this one feels more, I don't know, flexible, elegant? Whatever the case, now this is in my hands, there's only one thing left to do. Indeed, use it to catch yourself a Lion King. Such as the trial imposed upon you, I dare say. Kind of an overblown word to use for tossing a lion to water. Still, you can tell it's stirring something in Rean, enough to confront this trial head-on. Rean, after coming this far, there's nothing that'll stop me from seeing us through. As an angler and more, I'll catch that Lion King as proof of my resolve. Only Rean can catch the Lion King. Set Rean as the party leader, and use short search to locate the fish's shell in the water.
Okay.
Of course.
Let's go.
This one.
Got you.
Wow. Oh.
Yep, we've got a keeper.
Lion King. Rank A. Serum capsule. Got it. Does that mean Kevin's the only protagonist to not catch a legendary fish? So that's the Lion King. Wowee. I don't believe my eyes. Coming all this way to Longlai was so worth it. Impressively done, Rean. Yeah, now you can say you've reeled up legendary fish in both Erebonian and Calvard. All this praise is a little much, but I can stand and pat myself on the back for this. And after experiencing the way this guy pulled, I can see why only this rod is a match for it. Simply phenomenal. This may well be the first time anybody outside of the 8 wizards has caught one. I can see now why I regard you with such a lofty hopes. I see, so expected this from me. Well, as long as those expectations were met, I'm honored. It was like fate at work, getting to draw on all my fishing experiences in the Empire for this crowning moment. Oh, you're just as modest as I've heard, lad. But the fact remains that now you rival the 8 wizards, a height even I never managed to scale. That's a feat you ought to celebrate, loud and proud. And here I thought he was about to reveal himself as a wizard. In any case, this made for a good opportunity to face myself all over again. Thank you for providing it to me, Kukai. Now, no need to stand on ceremony. I was merely doing an old acquaintance a favor. Enough about that. You've got skills for days. I'd give anything for some personal lessons. Maybe we could exchange contact info. Oh, and if you're interested, there's this fishing blog we run. Autograph, please. Damn, get a little Mr. Popular over there. Some things never change, even in the Republic. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose. Yeah, he's just as spiny a man as you told me. Be it an angling sword player, the bonds he forges. This is all I can do for him. The rest is for you to discuss in your own fashion.
Looks like our work here is done.
Mira for our efforts.
Okay, and big law boost. Whoa, so that's the Lion King. Well, I get the namesake now. I mean, look at the face. It just screams, "Girl, I'm a big mean lion." It looked like it had the force of a whirlwind too, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised about that with it being a legendary fish and all. Either way, super glad I got to see it. It was worth coming Longlai for that one alone. That was some fine fishing there. You're as proficient a fisherman as I heard. There must be some common thread between swordsmanship and the way of the rod. Either way, well done. I too wish to catch the Lion King myself and stand shoulder to shoulder with the 8 fishing wizards. Perhaps one day. Can't believe it, you actually caught it. Now this is one for fishing history books. We didn't have a ghost of a chance of catching it ourselves, but seeing someone else do it is a good enough consolation prize. Apparently my grandfather is off fishing in Anchorville. Wonder if he's having any luck over there. I can't wait to hear all about it when he gets back. Oh, so that's the Lion King. Talk about incredible. I can't believe a fish so huge exists in this day and age. The world of fishing never fails to amaze. I won't get better, Serene. If you ever get a chance, I welcome any tips. Come think of it, Van caught Guardian himself before passing a Hebo here over to me last year. And now we got to witness a similar event. Guess fate draws us to people who reel in the legends or something. Maybe we'll be able to catch one too someday. Who can say? Crazier things have happened.
Seems like a good spot to fish.
Florent.
We earned it.
Short skull activation rate plus 20. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Beyond the Horizon. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.